We got new phones. Which one do I do first? The gold or the blue?
The blue one first.
Okay. So we're gonna save the turntable for later. So let me give you a little bit of background on exactly why it's so significant for me to upgrade to the 12, any version of it, let alone the Pro Max. So the phone I currently use and the phone I'm recording on is the iPhone 8 Plus, the last iPhone with a home button. I have a feeling I'm gonna miss it. I really do, especially these days now that apparently something I didn't even realize, and I had mentioned to wifey early on, or not early on, but I said, how do you unlock the phone when you're out in public? Because you have a mask on. So it's gonna be a lot of old school password entering, just like it was on Androids way back in the day, and on iPhone before they had Touch ID. A feature I still think they should have found a way to keep on the new iPhone, but it's gone. We're with Face ID, so we're moving on. Anyways, so we've got two models. Both wifey and I went for the iPhone 12 Pro Max. Honestly, only reason we did it is I want the ultra wide for doing similar videos like this, because this phone doesn't have it, so I'm having to put the phone in BFE to make sure I can actually frame the shot correctly. And the other reason is for the image stabilization. I'll put a video somewhere on the screen of exactly why it was so bad. In one of our reviews, we actually couldn't use the video at all because the stabilization was terrible. In a side note, if you look at that same review, I had an over-the-shoulder shot being shot by a Galaxy S7 in the same car on the same road, recording at the same time, and that video was rock solid. So it was a huge disappointment in the 8 Plus. And that's basically the main reason why we're upgrading to the iPhone 12 Pros, because the biggest thing is that that new image stabilization is supposed to fix that. Overlord Vanellope has decided that we shall open mine, the blue one, first. So we're gonna set the gold to the side. So one thing I can definitely tell you, and again, I'm not a tech unboxer, so this is very uncommon for me, and this is the first new phone I've had in 3 years. Actually been like over a year without payments, and that's over. So what I can say is, considering the fact that there's no charger, no headphones, and only a USB-C to lightning cable plus the booklets and everything, the box is pretty heavy. So I've got a blade, which I may actually not need yet. Oh, sorry. That was a terrible peel. Okay, I went with the ocean blue. I personally would have really wanted that green that was on the 11 Pro, but blue was the closest thing. So, here we go. It looks so good. Oh man, look at that satin finish. Oh, it feels really nice. Here's the peel. Ready? Ready for the peel. Okay, so we've got the phone. And inside we've got what everyone's been talking about. You have your lightning to USB-C cable. I've already found some family members who experienced frustration with this because they couldn't use this cable with their old chargers to charge their phone. Go figure. And there's nothing else in here except for some documentation and some stickers and a SIM tool. So we're going to leave that for now. And we're going to focus on the phone. So I can definitely say I miss this flat edge That was one of my biggest gripes when they went from the design of the 5 to the 6. I hated the curved sides. It's not really meant to be used that way, but I do like the fact that the phone can stand up on its own. But I love the flat edges. It makes it feel more premium. I mean, it feels really like a brick now, and I've always loved the fact that when you put a glass protector on this thing, it's flat. I tried the rounded off glass protectors that had the little rim of rubber around the edge to kind of make up the difference in size. You know what? If in a perfect world, I think I would have preferred this matte back finish with the satin aluminum from the 12, but I prefer the gloss on the rim than the back of the phone. I know it's weird since basically nobody holds their phone from the back. You end up holding it from the sides. I really like the look of it. It feels premium. It definitely feels heavier than the 8 Plus. So can we power it on? Power it on. Of course, I was assuming that this thing, oh, it did come with charge. I really like the way it feels. I really like this flat edge. It feels, you know, people are complaining about the fact that it digs into your hand, but I like, it feels,
What is the size?
You know what, actually, I think we had looked at it and it said that it was slightly narrow, slightly taller. I actually like this ratio. I honestly don't mind the cutout on top, the little notch. I think the thing that's going to be the most to get used to is I like to one-hand my phone, and I mean, I've got big hands, but I can't do a 4-finger grip and reach down, so it's kind of like a drop the pinky and then you can swipe up. Interesting. So there you can actually see the IR blaster, or not the IR blaster, but that's the infrared sensor, which is visible to the camera. And so here we go. And as I had mentioned, I'm really loving that they returned to form with the flat edge. I really liked the style. Everyone's calling it, oh, they're going along the lines of the iPad Pro. They're not. They're going back to the design that worked really well with the 5S. Shh. Don't tell the Apple fanboys. They might get mad. Just let them believe it's something new, not something that's 5 years old. So anyways, for the rest of us, we get to enjoy the phone shape that we all love, that really set aside the 5, which means that we can now have a flat, sorry about my light up there, a flat piece of protection glass that's going to fit nicely. And realistically, I know that people have mentioned about the edges feeling awkward, but I actually like it. So here we're going to go through the basic setup. We're going to select our country and region, United States. So we're going to come through, we're going to set up manually. Okay, so after a little bit of going back and forth, we're here at terms and conditions. We're going to agree. So it's going to take a few minutes. This was, when I say the only color that I would have chosen, I would have preferred the green from the 11 Pro, but this one's pretty nice. I really like the flat edges. I'm willing to eat having to deal with the fingerprints on the glossy side here to get a matte back on the phone. In a perfect world, I would have wanted the matte back with the aluminum brushed sides. So that's from the purely aesthetic standpoint. Now, the big thing that we waited on, or that we wanted from the Pro Max, was this third camera and the image stabilization sensor specific to the Pro Max. Apparently it's supposed to be better than the 12. It's an actual mechanical stabilization rather than a camera stabilization. Oh, C without True Tone. I prefer the dark look. Oh, wow. Wow. Display zoom. Zoomed. Standard. Welcome to iPhone. Okay, so I guess in these things we're supposed to do a weight comparison. Can I borrow your phone? So here's an 8 Plus. Home button. A little bit of a crack. Definitely time to get replaced. So, oh well, it would probably help if we zero it out. That's on pounds. Let's change it to grams. To ounces. Here we go, grams. So our iPhone 8 Plus comes in at 212, and the iPhone 12 Pro, saying hello again, comes in at just 10 grams more.
That's it?
It really does feel heavier. Maybe it's the sizing that feels that way. Okay. Welcome to App Library. Not quite an app drawer, but we have app libraries, and this is for people who don't know how to make folders effectively. That's something, believe it or not, I'd actually say this is probably gonna help me. Wifey, not so much. She has her folders down packed for sure. I'm looking at it here, and I've used the Note 20 Ultra, so I know what they mean by when they say a high refresh rate, but realistically, this is pretty good. I mean, I really can't tell the difference. It's a huge upgrade going to, was it Super Retina or Retina? It's a 1080p screen, OLED instead of the 720p screens we had before. Blue phone here, let's unbox the gold one. This is the Pablo Escobar edition. So there we go. And here, that one came off in one piece. So here we go. This is wifey's phone. Wow. I actually kind of dig it. I'm glad they didn't go like nuts on the gold texture. I like the matte finish. So let's take it out of the box. Here we go. Here's the peel, guys. Check that out. Wow. It actually looks better than any of those Dolce & Gabbana edition phones. This is what a gold colored phone should look like. It shouldn't get any more gaudy than that.
Oh my god, it's so pretty.
Again, we've got the same gloss finish. I really like the color choice they went to go with on the frosted back. The little the glossed Apple logo looks really good. And actually the triple camera setup almost looks like there's a shot I've seen where it's got the camera that they had to physically change the lenses, and it's pretty cool. I actually like it. So there you go. There's two. Sorry, we don't have 4 phones because we don't need 4 phones. Well everyone, that just about wraps it up here for us on our first phone unboxing, the Pacific Blue and Gold iPhone 12 Pro Max. These are phones that we got mainly for the image stabilization and the second or third camera, which is that ultra wide. Hopefully it's going to help us filming in our videos in the future. We're actually going to be doing a comparison because we had such an issue with the image stabilization in our last car review on the iPhone 8 Plus. When we did the Kia, we're going to be using the same mounts that we did in that review to see if the image stabilization has improved, and hopefully we can report back to you guys on that. My name is Alfred. Thank you guys for watching Crooked Mustache. If you want to help support our channel, we're going to have affiliate links for the various components that we use when we film our videos. Those will be down below. You can also like our page. That really helps us with the YouTube algorithm. And of course, if you like our content and you want to stick with us, hit that subscribe button and click the bell so you don't miss any of our future videos. And as always, thanks for watching. Welcome tonight to the Twilight Zone.